Welcome back, everybody, to another dicondissectional production hosted by Deathstroke9. Today we're going to be reacting to James Taylor, Sweet Baby James. Hey, everybody, welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, my name is Daniel, and here we react to music, and I try to figure out what the music and the lyrics mean to me personally. If that sounds interesting to you, consider subscribing to the channel. Plus, we just, listen to great music and try to educate ourselves on the music we're listening to as well. Or at least I try to educate myself. A lot of times you guys already know what's going on. So, all right, this song is called Sweet Baby James. I went to my Fire and Rain reaction because I thought about, I was thinking of artists that I haven't done in a while. And I went to that one and I looked at the comments and there were a lot of requests, but it seemed like a lot of people wanted me to do this song. Now, this song's a little bit shorter. So yeah, this video might be a little bit shorter. Who knows? I say that, and then it ends up being long every time. So who knows? All right. Nothing else to say. Let's begin. There, I've got the lyrics pulled up over here. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. Sweet Baby James. Could this song possibly be about him?
There is a young cowboy. He lives on the range. His horse and his cattle are his only companions. He works in the saddle and he sleeps in the canyons, waiting for summer, his pastures to change.
He has such a unique voice. I love it.
As the moon rises, he sits by his fire, thinking about women and glasses of beer, closing his eyes as the doggies retire. He sings out a song which is soft but it's clear, as if maybe someone could hear. Good night, you moonlight ladies, rock-a-bye, sweet baby Jane. Deep greens and blues are the colors I choose. Won't you let me go down in my dreams and rock her by sweet baby James? Now the 1st of December.
You can pause it there, bring it back. All right. This song, and I'm gonna look closer at the lyrics, but so far, I feel like I'm sitting near a campfire, just swaying back and forth as this guy is just like sitting there with an acoustic guitar. And I know there's other instruments going on, a lot of other instruments. I think I hear a bass, and there's like what's it called, like a fiddle or a violin or some type of string instrument in the background. Well, obviously the guitar is a string instrument, but you know what I mean. Yeah, wow. I like it so far. Oh, why are there so many, the like to dislike ratio isn't super pleasant. That's sad. I mean, it is 17,000 likes and 2.6 dislikes, but 2.6 thousand dislikes, but still, it's a lot. Whatever. Go like their thing. The link to the original video is in the description. Go on there and like it if you want. All right. Let's keep going. 3, 2, 1.
James. Now the 1st of December was covered with snow. So was the turnpike from Stockbridge to Boston. Lord, the Berkshires seemed dreamlike on account of that frosting. With 10 miles behind me and 10,000 more to go. There's a song that they sing when they take to the highway, a song that they sing when they take to the sea, a song that they sing of their home in the sky. Maybe you can believe it if it helps you to sleep, but singing works just fine for me. So good night, you moonlight ladies.
No, it's a very calming song. I like it.
Sweet baby James. Deep greens and blues are the colors I choose. Won't you let me go down in my dream and rock her by sweet baby Jane?
And I liked it. It was good. Yeah, again, similar to like Fire and Rain, it felt melancholy, you know? It felt sad to me. Alright, let's take a look at the comments. My dad would sing this song to help me fall asleep every night. When my parents separated, my dad bought me the Greatest Hits album. I listened to it so much I wore out 3 copies, and now I'm here putting a playlist for my wedding this July. This song is a very special place in my heart. Just back from Vietnam, this song was my only welcome home. It's sad. Alright, let's... My grandson was born 3 months ago. His name is James. He's beautiful and tugs at my heartstrings. I call him Sweet Baby James. It's beautiful. Alright, let's take a look at the comments. I mean, not the comments, the lyrics. And the lyrics just felt like it's just telling a story, you know? Like, I didn't hear... It wasn't even really that much of a story. He's kind of just describing a... He's just... let's look. There's a young cowboy. He lives on the range. His horse and his cattle are his only companions. He works in the saddle and he sleeps in the canyons, waiting for summer, his pastures to change. So he's waiting for something more. And as the moon rises, he sits by his fire, thinking about women and glasses of beer. Closing his eyes as looks like doggies, but he said dogies, so, you know, there's that. As the dogies retire, he sings out a song which is soft, but it's clear. As if maybe somebody could hear. So he's singing, and the narrator of this story is looking at him singing and saying he's singing almost like he's singing to someone, even though he's by himself. That's really sad, you know, like that's... So, a long time ago, we lived in a different house than what we live in now, okay? And... there was an area near our house that was like a wooded area, okay? And I would like to go out there, and there'd be no one else. It would be me by myself, and I would do that. I would sing, or hum, or just I would talk out loud or sing something, and it would be in such a way that I would like almost imagine that somebody was listening, you know? Somebody could hear. So when I read that, it's very like, I don't know. For some reason that line is impacting me a lot right now. He sings that song which is soft but it's clear, as if maybe someone could hear. Very interesting. All right. Good night, you moonlight ladies. So, good night, you moonlight ladies. Rock-a-bye, sweet baby James. Deep greens and blues are the colors I choose. Won't you let me go down in my dreams? Rock-a-bye, sweet baby James. 1st of December was covered with snow, so now it changes. So before it was talking about he's waiting for summer. Then it skips ahead to wintertime. The 1st of December, it's all snowy. So was the turnpike from Stockbridge to Boston, though the Berkshires seemed dreamlike on account of that frosting, so everything seems dreamy. With 10 miles behind me, 10,000 more to go. There's a song that they sing when they take to the highway, a song that they sing when they take to the sea, a song that they sing of their home in the sky. Maybe you can believe it if it helps you to sleep, but singing works just fine for me. So his singing to himself helps him just get peaceful, achieve some type of peace of mind. And then he's talking about how other people kind of do the same thing, you know? When they're starting out on the road, they're singing. Take to the sea, sing of their home in the sky, makes me personally think of, like, I don't know, heaven or some, I don't know. whatever you might believe in as a home, you know? Home in the sky, wherever, your pie in the sky dream. I don't even know what I'm saying or if I'm using the right metaphors, but whatever, that's what it makes me think of. And then he repeats the chorus. Let's take a look at the song facts. Thank you for joining me, by the way, and thank you guys for requesting this song. Meaning. Now, I wonder if there's pretty specific meaning to this song. Let's see. All right. James Taylor is not singing about himself in this song, but the child who was named in his honor. Taylor wrote the song in 1969 when he drove on his way to Richmond, Virginia to see his older brother, the late Alex Taylor. James had recently returned to America after recording his first album in England, and he was shocked to learn that Alex had become a father for the first time in his absence. Alex and his wife Brent Taylor had given birth to their first child, a baby son, which Brent wanted to name Richmond, after the city in which he was born. However, Alex wanted to name the child James, after his younger brother. So after a few arguments, the couple named the boy James Richmond Taylor. James was elated to discover he had a new baby nephew, also named James. So the title can be a little confusing since both the singer and the nephew are named James. The singer is James Vernon Taylor, while his nephew is James Richmond Taylor. Okay. The song is a soft lullaby that tells the story of a young cowboy who spends his lonely nights in the canyons with nothing to keep him company but his horse and his cattle. He occupies his long and lonely hours of darkness singing himself to sleep. There are some ways this song associates with its writer. As a young child, James Taylor, along with his siblings, often sang each other to sleep at night. The story goes that James couldn't stand it when his mother sang because she only sang opera, and because James' mother was a lyric soprano, she never sang lullabies. James' father never sang lullabies either because he didn't exactly have the knack for music, so when he was a little boy, the young James Taylor was often put in the position of having to sing himself to sleep each night, hence the line, "Singin' works just fine for me." Some translations of the lyrics would be, "Dogies is Western slang for cattle." Yes, that's what yes. "Good night, you moonlight ladies." What? Okay. So here's what I thought when I heard that line, and here's what they're saying right here. So it says, this line is often misinterpreted. It says many listeners are fooled into believing. People can have whatever interpretation they want of a song. But many listeners might think that the Moonlight Ladies are prostitutes, which, you know what, if you think of, ladies of the night or whatever you want to call it, then sure, maybe that could make sense. He was talking about he said he was dreaming about women and glasses of beer, and he's singing, right? And then he says he's alone, as if someone might be listening. It's almost like he's imagining, that something's listening to him. So when I read Moonlight Ladies, that made me think of kind of just, it says spirits of the moon, just looking up at the moonlight and feeling its presence almost, yeah, that's kind of what I thought of. So it says spirits of the moon which come out of the sky and shine their lights as the evening darkness falls. Rockabye, sweet baby James. This line is loosely based on the nursery rhyme Rockabye Baby. James wanted this make the song sound smooth and calm for his baby nephew, so instead of singing the familiar lullaby Rockabye Baby, he softly sang Rockabye, sweet baby James. When he spoke with Rolling Stone in 2015, he said this was his best song. Starts off as a lullaby, then the second half of the song talks about what music means to me. It gets pretty spiritual by the end. This was his first single release on Warner Brothers Records. He started with Apple Records, the label owned by the Beatles, but the dream became a nightmare when, after releasing his debut album in 1968, Apple fell into disarray and Taylor was dropped. With Warner Brothers, he got better promotion and gradually made a name for himself, becoming a top artist of the 70s. The Sweet Baby James single never charted, but remains one of his most enduring songs. It was his next single, Fire and Rain, that was his commercial breakthrough. His brother gave his take on the song. James is a good writer. James is not a great pop writer. Both James and I, particularly early in our careers, because the lack of input and lack of structure around us, tended to write with initial kernels that were great, but without terribly much follow through. So, for example, Sweet Baby James has an unbelievable first verse and chorus. Okay? It's as good as it gets in terms of character development, in terms of setting the stage. But after that, no bridge and not terrific development in the second verse. It lacks balance. As contrasted with James' first #1 song, You've Got a Friend, written by Carole King. This is an exceptionally crafted song, as are most of Carole's songs. They are balanced beginning to end. All right. And it was written in waltz time, or 3/4, I believe. So yeah, thank you for joining me. Great song. And yeah, if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. Thank you for joining me. Deathstroke9 out. See you guys soon.